Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but I'm back. Today we're going to install a dash cam in this 2024 Camry. So let's get right into it. Step one is going to be locating your fuse panel, which is underneath the dash here. In this car it's right here. In some cars it's on the side. So I'll show you guys on this Camry here. So it's right there in this Camry. On some cars it'll be right here. So just look for that, and then we're going to take the cover off of this and then pop it right out. So once you have the cover off, it'll have a diagram right on that cover itself. So for this, and this is the camera that I'm going to be using, the dash cam. It's a black view. I forget the model number, I'll put it down. But this one has parking mode, so you're going to want to locate two fuses. One is going to be powered on all the time, and then one is going to be powered only when the car is on. So it'll work when the car is on and also when the car is off for parking mode. So for this Camry, I've chosen the dome fuse right here. If I can hold this straight, this dome fuse here, that'll give the camera power on even when the car is off. So parking mode will work. And then for the other mode, I picked the radio fuse here, so that fuse powers the head unit, and then the head unit only comes on when the car is on, so it'll have power going to the camera when the car is on. If you look in the engine bay fuse box there, it should have a fuse puller. If you don't have one, no big deal, you can just use a set of pliers or something, and then you just want to go ahead and unplug those fuses. So I'm going to go ahead and do those right now. Alright, so once you have the fuses pulled out, we're going to go ahead and route the wiring to go through for the dash camera. So I'm going to start by pulling the A-pillar panel out, and then we're going to pull this one out too, and then go from there. I'm just going to use a plastic pry tool to go ahead and pull this out. It should come right out. And it looks like it does have a tether on there somewhere, so I'm going to pull that out too. Alright guys, I kind of struggled with this A-pillar here trying to get this tether out, but looks like it's not budging, or maybe I just don't know how to do it. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and then just try and route the wiring through this gap here, and hopefully it should work. So let's see how that goes. So you want to find a spot where you think you're gonna mount the camera. I kind of want it right here on this side, on the passenger side, so it's out of my vision, and right behind the rear view mirror here, so it's a little bit hidden from my perspective. So I'm going to route the wire right around here, just tuck it into the head unit. And you also want to leave some slack just in case, and then you can always tuck the rest in. And again, if your head unit doesn't give way, just use a pry tool. Should do the trick. Alright, so I have this wire routed all the way from the headline over there through the A pillar. Now I'm going to route it through here into the fuse panel. So yeah, I didn't even need to pull the A panel out completely. I just have to make a gap here, and then I was able to get it done. Alright, so now that you have the wire routed through the A pillar, you're going to want to go ahead and grab a couple of fuse taps and crimp them onto the wires that came on the, or at the end of the dash cam wire. So one of them is going to be for accessory power, and then one of them is going to be constant battery power, and then one is for ground. I'll show you what to do with that later. And then once you have it crimped, just give it the tug test, make sure it doesn't come out, and then it should be good. Alright guys, now what I'm going to do is just use some zip ties to secure the wire against some wires that are already there. I'll show you. So this is where, yeah, that's the dash cam wire right there, and that's an OEM wiring harness. So I'm just going to secure that dash cam wire to this OEM wiring harness here. And then just snip the ends off nice and clean so it doesn't rattle or anything. I don't have a pair of side cutters, so I'm just going to use scissors, and hopefully that works. Yep, it worked. So yeah, I'm going to go do that for a couple more spots just to hold that wire in straight, and then let's move on. Now that I have all this zip tied in, I'm going to take out this panel here and this side panel here, also the kick panel, just so I can I'm able to tuck all this wiring in and make it look clean. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. For this panel comes out first. All you have to do is just pull it up, and that should come right out. And then you actually don't need to take it all the way out, so I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And then for this side kick panel here, there is a plastic screw that you can just unscrew with your hand. It's too dark, or else I would show you, but basically, here, I'm just going to undo it right now. And that's it. It just holds on to this panel, and now you can pull it out. And for this kick panel, you just have to push it towards the passenger side of the car, and then pull it out, and it'll come right out. There you go. And now that I have those panels out, I'm gonna go ahead and mount this ground wire. You just want to find a spot. I found this one right here. Used to be a spot where there's metal on metal contact, bare metal, no paint. So this is perfect, and it's grounded to the chassis, so I'm gonna use that. It's a 10mm, and then I'm just gonna undo it real quick and then slide this in, and then screw it back on. So I just unscrewed this, and then I'm going to slide this in now, and then screw it back on. Alright guys, now that you have all that done, now it's time to go ahead and put your fuses back onto this fuse tab. Make sure you put the fuse that you took out of the car on the first slot, and then the spare fuse, I put a 20 amp fuse here, and put that on the second slot. And then you just want to install it back in, and then you should have power. So now that I have all the wires tucked in, I'm going to go ahead and put the panels back on. I'm going to start with this kick panel right here. Hopefully everything is in focus for you guys. There we go. I'm actually going to put another zip tie in here just to hold everything in place. That way nothing comes out into my foot or anything like that. Alright, that took me a while, but I got it. So now I'm just going to put this screw back on. And that should be it. The only downside to this is you can't put your fuse panel cover on again, because the fuse tabs will stick out. But other than that, should be good to go. Now we can plug the camera in, see if it works. Oh, and then don't forget to put your A-pillar back on too. Kind of forgot that. Alright, everything looks good. Nothing's loose. We should be good to test the camera out now. I know this is not the best camera angle, but hopefully you can see the wire here. I'm gonna go test it out, make sure this works. And there we go. I don't know if you can see it. The light is on and the camera runs. And there we go.
Great success.
Alright, so the quick trick on how to set up your dash cam on the windshield and get the best field of view is to pair to your app. Pair the dash cam to the dash cam app on your phone once you download it. And then there should be an option called live view. Just hit that and then it'll tell you, and it'll show you, you can see on your phone what the camera sees, and then from there you just mount it like that, and then you can adjust it also. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. Now I've been fiddling around with this for about a minute or so, and I find if I put it right here, I can see, or the camera can see a pretty wide field of view, and also it doesn't block my vision from the driver's seat. So I'm gonna put it right here, but for you guys, just test it and then see where you get that balance of where it's not in your view, and you also want the camera to see as much as possible too. That way you're covered in any sort of situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it right here. Just gonna full send it, and hopefully it doesn't fall off. We'll see. Alright guys, so that's how you hardwire a dash cam onto any car. I used a Camry, a 2024 Camry as an example, but the principles are the same. You can do it to any car. And yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Peace.